That's enough. That's enough. It's not often that I sit here and fuming. I'm actually hot, so it's very fuming. But if you look at the temperature in Newcastle, it's -3 degrees. I'm sitting here 5:06 a.m. in the morning. I stayed up to 3 a.m. in the morning to watch this game. What did I watch? We were outclassed. We were outrun. We were outthought. We were out even misplaced. We didn't even get a corner to the 82nd minute. Ten Hag, you got this bloody wrong, to be honest, mate. I back you. Always back you. I always back the manager. I always back the team. But why do you always have to line up the weakest team to think in the second half to put in the strongest 11 that comes to life in the 85 minutes? Riddle me this, people. Try to make me make sense out of this. Why would you throw in a young kid on 18 years of old that just come back from injuries to play alone in that midfield? Scott McTominay doesn't offer you nothing. Rashford offers you bloody nothing. Martial looks like he's on a snail's funeral, offer you nothing. When you have quality bench players sitting there that are far more freaking better than you. Okay, the only positives that we saw that the balance came back on the 85 minutes, what you should have done in this first bloody substitution in the second half, to be honest. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry saw that this lineup didn't work. What made you in your sanity mind to think that this will work in the second half? You do your substitutions. You had 45 minutes to assess it. Enough is enough. Scott McTominay, that midfield was overrun in the first minute. We never touched the ball. We were never second to the ball. We were third on the ball. We were ball watching. Now, big up for the defense, Harry Maguire. I put my hand up. You did a solid performance today. But Harry Maguire, you stood in the way for the Anthony shot goal as well. So you always have an accident in you. What is wrong with this team? What is bloody wrong with this team? Newcastle playing the same exhausted squad for the third game in a row. They have a half a squad of injuries. We have been complaining we don't have injuries anymore. We have a few players coming back. But they played the same team for 3 days, 3 consecutive games in a row. They played PSG as well. They run their socks off, but they still managed to overrun us. Marcus Rashford got spun on his ass by Joe Linton on the sideline. What did Marcus Rashford do? Nothing. He just stood there on the sideline and watched him. How the hell is Marcus Rashford on this pitch? Is he becoming a dead wood? I mean, I'm so sorry because I know there's such a good player in him. I have never been a player FC. I'm a club FC. I support the team. I support the manager. But this performance today, I do not bloody support. And I put my hand up to say that. It's not often you see me angry, but when I have to sit here and do a post-match review 5 a.m. in the morning to watch this shit. So big up for all of you that's sitting in my world, what I'm sitting in Asia Pacific, or whatever you are, a different timing, the UK time or European time, to sit here. It's not good enough, people. It is simply not good enough. Ten Hag, you got this bloody wrong, and I am fuming. I'm going to hear from you guys as well. I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. We were never in this game whatsoever. And if with that ball has gone in to 1-1, that Braco sort of bounced over Harry Maguire's chest in offside position, we did not deserve that. I would say we did not deserve that. Now we bottled this. We did bottle this. Jarvis, Cocker, have your rant.
Yeah.
Big up, Jarvis. How are you doing? It's not often you see me angry, do you?
Oh, you know, I come to a stage where, yeah, I can be angry. I was angry during the match. When I saw Rashford, as you mentioned, Livramento dribbling past him. What do you do? Turn around slowly and walk home. Walk home. You're 1-0 down. You're playing away. Play for the fucking badge. Don't be a. But he acts like a prima donna. Why does Ten Hag start him every game?
I mean, Jesus Christ, have you ever been to F1 races?
Yeah.
Seriously, why does he fucking start him? And why does he fucking start Scott McTominay? Is there something in the fucking contract to say they have to play? Because basically, you shoehorn him into the right because Garnacho's on the form on the left. Then Anthony Dos Santos, they clearly offered something more better when he came in, was in form, but he still has to play this Rashford guy. I mean, I love Rashford, don't get me wrong, but this season, get out of here. You got your pay increase, 350 prima donna. You ain't gonna run for the shirt. Now get out of my club if you're not gonna run. Don't stand there on the touchlines watching, ball watching. Scott McTominay, good riddance for you scoring. But today this midfield was run over like a hot knife in butter. You know what? Unbelievable. You have Bruno Guimaraes. Everyone knows how good this guy is in the central midfield. You have Joe Linton there as well. You have this Miley 17-year-old kid dominating. And literally you throw in and kobbie mainoo there to shield this alone. What Scott McTominay is playing Scooby-Doo. Bruno Fernandes trying to create. But at the end of the day, that didn't work. Ten Hag's mindset today was to defend. I get that because I think that was his takeaway from Galatasaray. We have to defend better. But what did we miss? What did Martial offer? Nothing. Nothing. It was that watching David Attenborough's documentary of a snail's bloody funeral, mate. He offered nothing. He looks like he gained weight. He looks like he's a yard of pace. Ship him off in the summer. His contract's expired. I'm sorry. I'm tired of this Deadwood FC. If you look at their build-up of play, they are focused everything about the fullbacks bombing forward. Kieran Trippier, what's his name? This Livramento. Amazing. They did overlaps, underlaps. They were just over flooding us. Did Ten Hag react? No. He went in with the same bloody team in the second half. So not reactionary enough until you go 1-0 down. I mean, everyone knows if you come to St. James's Park, you play a double pivot, a midfield, right? When Amrabat came in, was a like-for-like substitution. My opinion, Jarvis, he should have started what we said in the preview, double pivot. Now, I said my bit with a smile.
Well, double pivot or not, it doesn't help if the players don't want to fight, don't want to run. You know, we were outclassed, we were outworked by Newcastle. Joe Linton, he acted like a monster out there. He won every duel he was involved with. Bruno Guimaraes, he's the real Bruno. Our Bruno is just a fraud at the moment. And
I mean, I'm looking at Peaky Bloody Blinders here sitting there. Come on. You know, it's not you know, what do you call it? Reactionary and disreactionary. All right. What was that term? You got to react. You got to anticipate. When is it time? Aren't you not reading the game? I'm sorry. This is on the manager as well. Big up to you. Tom Journalist, welcome to the stage. How are you feeling? Are you fuming as me?
Absolutely fuming, lads. Honestly, fuming.
Rip it apart.
I'll try and rip it apart without dropping any F-bombs, but I apologise in advance.
Bishop, I already dropped the F-bombs, so sorry.
All right, fair enough. You beat me to it. What an absolute travesty, guys. What a travesty. Minute 1 to minute 90, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Zero.
Zilch. And the only time we had a clear-cut chance on target, it hit our own player. It hit our own player. The goalkeeper for Newcastle got injured. Got injured before we even had a shot on target. That's how much of a calamity this was. Shocking. Minute 1. The cameraman who was in that stadium tonight, God bless him, he must have had the easiest payday of his life. He just had to sit on one half. He didn't have to move. I think his hands might have frozen on the camera. It was that cold.
Rashford got sub. Rashford got subbed. He threw his gloves out of
Don't even
frustration.
get me started. Don't even get me started about Rashford. Waste of space, absolute shite. I don't care. Give us a 50, 60, 100 million pound offer. I don't care. Get
Get
rid
out.
of the guy. I'm done.
Yeah.
Out.
No,
I'm
seriously,
done.
I'm done now.
I'm done. I'm
I
done.
don't give a shite. All the good work that he did last season completely teared apart now. Done. He had Wednesday off. And he can't even be asked to run back. Idle. Absolutely idle. And he's the poster boy for Manchester United. God bless
Get
all
out of
them
it.
kids in the academy. God bless them. Because if that's what you're looking up to, I'd go and look in the mirror instead of look up Marcus Rashford. Because there's more potential in the kids if they look at the Sens than at him. Absolutely shocking. And like I say, guys, the whole style of play, we don't have one. I said it from the minute we kicked off in the season. We don't have a style of play. But I said I'll persevere. I'll wait. I'll wait until the season unravels. We've had a couple of injuries. Fair enough. People can want to use that as an excuse. We don't have any more now, guys. There's no more injuries. He's got his players. Half of me doesn't want to play anyway. Amrabat, don't want to play him. That's his player. Luke Shaw, he can play him in his preferred position if he wants to at left back. Don't play him. Reguilon, emergency loan. Don't play him. Don't play these kids. Hojlund, his own player. Don't play him. What's the excuse now, guys? What is it? There isn't any. I'm fed up of the excuses for this guy. He doesn't know what he's doing, clearly. Whatever we had last season was clearly a fluke. And these players, I don't know what they're living off right now, but they certainly ain't living off of anything. I don't know what they do Monday to Friday on that training ground. Because you don't see championship teams who have more fight to try and get in the Premier League than we do to even compete in this league. It is shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
And if we unravel it, guys, let's just say it for what it is. 19 months he's been in this job. 19 months. £360 million exact is how much he's already spent. That's not including loans or the loan fees that we've paid for players. That's not including agent fees. He's shipped off and kicked off with half of the squad. Ronaldo, Varane, Casemiro, all these players he's had a barney with. And what do we have to show for it? Nothing. We've not even won away from home against the big boys for 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Are we echoing
And what do we have to show for it, guys? Absolutely nothing. The guy is clueless. And I will say it for what it is. He has to go. Because if he makes it to Liverpool and we play like this, it won't be 7. We'll not be 7. I promise you. I'm not a gambling man and I'm not a bookmaker, guys. But I would tell people, sell your houses, sell your businesses and put it on more than 5 goals. Because I'll make everybody multi-millionaires. Easily.
Right.
And I think a lot of people would probably agree with me in saying that. Because the way we played tonight, if Newcastle had their fully strength squad, we lose the game 4-5-0.
But, you know, Tom, listen, what baffles me is that we got outrun. We were not even on the second balls. We're not even close. And they are playing on bare bones with a thin squad, thin bench, and they've been playing the same
Their bench
team.
had 2 goalkeepers and 4 young kids on it. That's how bad they are compared to us.
Now, I was thinking maybe they want to come in with tired legs to play like, you know, they play their socks off against PSG. At least we have some freshness off the bench. What does he do? He starts the weakest fucking team. Play your strongest team from very first beginning, mate.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this. You know, even me, you, and Jarvis, everyone that sits here can pick the team week in and week out to see this is the best formation, this is the best team. But no, you got to start your favorites. You got to start Scott McTominay. What the fuck does he offer other than he scores a couple of goals here and there, right?
Nothing.
What the hell does Rashford and Martial does there? When you have you bought a goal scorer that sits there on the bench, it's just a target man. Really?
Yeah, you just said about McTominay there, Mick. In the first half, Onana had 27 touches. McTominay barely scraped 10. And he's a midfielder.
What midfielder? He's not. What is his position? I mean, somebody makes sense what Scott McTominay is. I cannot understand. I've been sitting here doing live streaming for over 1.5 months since I opened this channel. I've been watching Manchester United since I was 50. I mean, I'm 50 years of age now. But I cannot put my finger on the pulse to say, what is Scott McTominay? Nobody can answer that. What is his best position? I don't know. He's not a CDM. He's not a box-to-box player. What is he? He's a bench player. everyone's saying
he's not even good at that.
he's one of ours. He's from the academy. Everyone treats he's like still young. He's 28. Anyway, I think I have the answer, and I'm going to ask the 5-star Michelin chef here. I'm going to bring him to the state. We're talking about the legendary Alien Tenno. Peter, I'm going to ask a question. I have a suspicion, Peter, that these two boys that we're talking about, they are like, have you ever seen, Ted Lasso? He bakes those cookies and then brings them to the boss. I think they're doing the same thing here. Like, they're scoring brownie points. What do you reckon?
You know what, Mick? Hi, Mick. Hi, Jarvis.
Hey,
hi, Tom. Hi, Chaz. You know what? Look at me. Look at me. This is the face of a sad dickhead that pays real fucking money to go and watch that turgid crap. Let that sink in. Anyone in this fucking chat room now who thinks Eric Ten Hag is the man to guide Man United to success, turn the lights off, go in the corner in a dark room and fucking contemplate your life. Because this guy is one clueless fucking dickhead. He has not got a clue.
You're allowed to swear a bit, but not too much, okay?
He couldn't navigate his way with a sat nav.
Let him have his rants.
Yeah. He has not got a clue, mate. He has not got a clue. We played the first half with 7 players. Martial, Rashford. Well, actually, remember the cartoon from MTV, Beavis and Butthead? That's what Marcus Rashford is. Go look at it. Beavis and Butthead. Go take it like awesome. Dude.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
And most time, very shit. This season has been shit. Honest to God. I don't slate players. No excuse.
There's no excuse. This guy's clueless. Listen, forget about it. I'm sick of people, sick of Man United fans saying, oh, the Glazers this, the Glazers that, the Glazers that. Don't pick this team. And the tactics. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was better than this guy. And we crucified him.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Get this fucking bald-headed slapper out the club. It's over. You're done, mate.
I'm so sorry that you have to pay big money to watch the away and home games, and you're going on Wednesday to watch Chelsea game as well. And I sit here at 5 a.m. in the morning and do this post-match reaction show, staying awake, building up, working, slaving here. But I do this for the community. I do this because I love this club. I love this family. I love everyone.
You know what, Mick? I'm sitting here again and Jarvis is in blue again.
Anyway, me and Jarvis, we used to joke that I am Beavis and he's Butthead.
No, seriously, no, guys. Okay, yeah, rant's over. Yeah, seriously. Okay.
No, but seriously,
listen, how do Wan Bissaka doesn't know where the back post is? Cost us the goal. Yeah, this guy constantly doesn't know where the back post is. Yeah, for me, Dallo was okay. Adam Maguire, man of the match again for me again. Yeah. How can I put this? How did Alejandro Januzaj get player of the month? Oh, sorry, his name's Alejandro Garnacho, because that's what Garnacho is. Januzaj 2.0. Yeah, he scored a worldly, and that's it. That's all he's done. That's all the guy's done. Think about the games. Go back, look at him, and think about him. He's Alejandro Januzaj 2.0. Yeah. And if I was Kobbie Mainoo, I'm saying this from my heart, see this club, leave it, mate. Leave it now while you've got the chance. Do what Jude Bellingham done.
Guys, Pete.
They wanted to sign him and he went, no, I'll go to Dortmund and I'll go be a worldie at Real Madrid.
Allowing you to slate our young players. Keep it cool. It's not Alejandro Garnacho's fault. He's still a youngster. He's 20 years of age. I don't agree with what you say.
That's when Januzaj was 20 years of age. Look how we found out for them.
Can I finish my speech? Please. I respect your opinion. It's your opinion. But at the end of the day, you should not throw Kobbie Mainoo in these deep ends. You should wrap them in a cotton wool. However, I do agree sometimes what you're saying, but what service did he get? It's a graveyard fucking shift up there. When you're playing alongside with a Martial, they can hardly link up play anymore. You got to throw it back to the manager. And why is the manager then throwing them in?
Yeah.
I think that I still think that, you know, out of those front three, Garnacho was the better out of those front three.
Absolutely. Out of all three of them when they started the game, yeah.
Stop backing the manager. Listen, wake up, guys. Wake up.
I will never throw the manager.
He's done.
I will not.
The guy's done.
I will never
He's
throw
done.
the
He's not going to change his
sound. Can I speak? Don't interrupt me. Bloody hell. Have some respect. When somebody speaks, please speak silence. Sorry. I do appreciate, but I will never throw a manager under the bus until it's totally done and dusted.
I'll do it for you then. Boom.
All right, then. Go ahead. He's
shit. He's got no tactical awareness. We have no style of play, nothing. He hasn't beaten the top team in the top 8 away from home. In fact, we've held 7-0, 6-3s, 5-0, and 4-0 away from home.
What is the solution?
You know what? It's like a toilet roll. When you hold the end of the toilet roll and you throw it, you see it go on and on and on and on.
Is it to sack him right now?
Yeah.
What is the fucking solution?
Yeah,
and then we're doing the same fucking cycle win over and over again, Pete? Is that what you want?
Yeah, bin him.
Who is out
bin
there?
him. Bin the guy. The guy's clueless. Bin him.
If you sack him, listen to me. I bet you if you sack him, who is they going to put there? Fletcher. Who is whispering in his ears? Fletcher.
Anyone but him.
Fletcher's still sitting there chewing his disgusting chewing gum and fucking telling him.
You know what, Mick? I'm being honest. And on that, I'll take anyone who will give us the style of play. Because this guy's got no style of play.
Okay, I will back.
We have no style of play.
I will back down to Fletcher again. Fletcher was there, boys for the job. He was there.
I'll take Krusty the Clown.
Can I finish? Don't interrupt me. That's rude. Simbin, red card, 50 yards. Peter Elianteno. Sorry, mate. I love you, brother, but please have some respect. When I'm speaking, I speak. When you speak, I speak. I want to make to the point. I'm arguing here. I'm saying, but in a nice way, who's sitting there whispering in his ears? You got to wonder, why is some player favorites to start all the time? We're talking about Rashfords. We're talking about Scott McTominay's. Who's been sitting there whispering still, chewing his chewing gum since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Fletcher. He's got some power. He recruited his twin sons into the club, was influential. Now, Ragnick, Fletcher was sitting there. Technical director, what the fuck does he have in skill sets? And he's sitting there on the bench again, speaking to the ears of the manager. He's there, appointed by the fucking Glazers, according to my opinion, right? Maybe I'm delusional, but that's my opinion, right? So, again, if we sack the manager right now, what is that going to resolve? Should we just park the bus, close the shop, recruit in what? Who's going to take us to the next step? We are then repeating the hamster wheel. Take it to Christmas, mate.
Yeah. Now listen. Okay, yeah. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you what sacking the manager does now. It saves us doing it 6 months down the line. Because you know what's going to come. This guy is gone. He will not be Manchester United manager next season. And I will put £100 on the table now to anyone who wants to take that bet. Take the bet off me. He will not be Man United manager next season. So bin him now. Instead of giving him a transfer window in January and giving him another one next season, he's blew £500 million near enough. End him. You're done.
I do appreciate it, but I got to throw a question back. There's no manager in my mind that comes to my mind that can do a job right now. Who is out there? Zinedine Zidane?
Doesn't matter, Mick. It doesn't matter. You know what, Mick? You're looking at it from the wrong viewpoint.
No,
don't
I'm
look
looking
at the top
at the right
managers.
viewpoint. Let me tell you why. You don't have a proper sporting director. You don't have a proper.
It doesn't matter.
Football operations, right? You don't have. If you look around, other clubs they do have. They do the right signing, according to that triangle. CEO, football director, and the manager works in triangle. Right now, if you take another manager out and still have the same structure, you're not going to achieve anything, Peter. It's going to be this rinse, wash, repeat again.
Mick, you know, I understand that. You're preaching to the wrong one. I understand that. You could get Joe Soap in. I could actually manage Man United, and I could
would love
pick a
that.
better team and have a style of
think
play
we
of
all would.
football. You're missing what I'm saying. We have no identity as a football team. Forget
I
about
agree.
the people up there.
Yeah.
We have players there, but we have no identity.
I agree with
There's
you, Peter.
nothing there.
Peter,
Go on,
would you
Jarvis.
bring me on board as chief of tactics and analytics if you were coaching the team?
I would love to have you there, Jarvis. Come on.
Jarvis, you know what, Jarvis? You know what, guys? Don't be pedantic with me. You don't need a brain to understand how to play a formation in football. Yeah, how
You
to
also
change a style of football, how to adapt to play against different teams. This guy is a copy and paste football manager, and he's epically failing. Can you not see that?
Yeah, I
I
understand.
see
Peter.
what you see, and I think that I'm starting to think, is there somebody that is hindering, that is whispering in his ear, that is preventing him? That's what I see as well. We got to ask the questions. Now, I totally see that we don't have a style of play. I agree with you, Peter. I'm not having a dig with you. I love
There's
you as a
nothing there, like.
No, but I'm just tired of this second manager, like, you know, because that's not going to work. We just have to hope and pray. We got a new structure. We got a new director of football, a new breath of wind, and Glazers get the fuck out of the club, right?
Okay. You know what, right,
But
mate?
with this squad, that we have now, we cannot play football whatsoever. Right?
Look at this. He's played Rashford. Yeah. Rashford's done nothing.
We told him to play
Literally
Rashford.
nothing all season. Nothing all season. He's thrown Jadon Sancho under the bus because apparently he's not trying hard in training. Yeah. So in Eric Ten Hag's mind is this: if you try hard in training, that warrants you a place in the team in a match game. But if you play shit in a match game and don't do anything, that's okay. Get rid of him. Get rid of the guy. Like, just get rid of him.
I'm not getting on that bandwagon to get rid of him as of yet. I will still be patient, to be honest. But I can understand and I respect your point of view and opinions. But I can see it deeper than that. I can agree that we currently don't have a style of play, and I can understand that I could never come on and do a match reaction when my emotions clogs my judgment. So if we have this conversation tomorrow, I'll tell you a different thing.
I'll still be the same, mate. I'm being truthful. I go watch the team at Old Trafford week in, week out, and I'm watching the same turgid stuff. This is not going to change. Mark my words. Yeah. I'm 60 years old in January. I'm an experienced man. This will not change. You're square pegging a round hole. It won't change.
Okay. I'm going to ask Tom here. I'm on a level. I'm trying to keep a balance here. I try to give level. Like I'm playing the devil's advocate. Tom, seriously, when Newcastle was 2-3 years ago, they were in the same mess as United. Just what I'm trying to say, they got new ownership. They got a new structure. They rebuilt. They doing that. And they got, you can see the difference, right? You can see the difference. So when we say we don't have a style of play, well, that is a calamity or, accumulation of having different managers recruiting different people, not having a proper structure, right? Or is it just on Ten Hag right now?
How much is Eddie Howe spent compared to Ten Hag?
Yeah.
I'll say that. How much is Eddie Howe spent compared to Ten Hag?
Let's get Eddie Howe, what Flex is saying. And let's go and get Eddie Howe then. Would you take Eddie Howe?
2 rights I would.
Yeah, he seems to know how to play. How? Jokes aside. Anyway, big up to you, mate. I really respect your opinions. And sorry, I didn't have to dig at you. But when I said, so I just want to avoid these people talking in his mouth. So, yeah. So big up to you. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings, my friend.
No problem, Mick. You know what I mean? We're all pissed off, but we're sick of saying it. You know what I mean? It's a culmination of, you know what I mean, 10 years of angst that's bottling up in everyone. And we all know the problem. And I know that everyone knows that. Anyone who's a Man United fan knows the problem. But the point is this: when you employ a manager to do a job, I used to be a chef. I used to sack fucking chefs who couldn't cut carrots. Great lads, but they can't do the job. If you can't do your job, you're gone. That's it. Like,
I'm going to ask Jarvis a question here. Jarvis, what you're seeing right now, this squad needs an overhaul.
Yeah. I don't know. Because the problem is, you know, if you don't work your socks off and you play for Man United,
That's a disgrace.
well, you know, it's disgusting in a way, because the players should bleed for the team, for the badge, and have more pride in how they perform their job. You know, it's their job, and they had one more day of rest, and you come out on St. James's Park like this, and you walk home, you lose all the ground duels. You look like you're there at the in a headlight. They have nothing. You saw Luke Shaw every time he was trying to play out from the back. He didn't know what to do. I would say one of the best players today was actually Maguire. Again, he's been our best player again and again and again. Maguire. Harry Maguire, you know, the most hated United players for the last 2 seasons, suddenly comes in, and he's the best. And
And he even plays on the wing,
hide.
linking up
the other players hide. And you can see it. Sometimes I was watching, like if Onana got the ball, what did the Man United players do? They did like this. They hide. So what? He had to hoof it long all the time. Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, even the fullbacks, everybody went hiding. You know, and if Onana has the ball, place it to the center back and then place back. What do the center back do? You have to go wide. You have to drag yourself down and be available. But they didn't. They just stands there, look at Onana. What are you going to do, Onana? Okay, hit it long. You know, they are so toothless. And you know, that's even not on Ten Hag. That's not on the tactics. No. You can't blame Ten Hag for the players being spineless. You can blame him for picking them, yeah, but he should expect more. And now I hope Ten Hag will see this, because it's up to him if he want to stay in the job.
If he plays Rashford, if he fucking plays Rashford next time and Scott McTominay,
you have to bench the players who doesn't work for him, doesn't bleed for the badge, and that's the problem. Okay, chuck on the kids then, if they run, because this is not good enough. It doesn't matter if you scored 100 goals last season if you don't want to work this season. Rashford.
But I want to ask the question. I want to ask the question. If I had one question in an interview, I'll ask: are you the one who picks the team? At least then I know, because the thing is, what the fuck are you picking?
If Ten Hag doesn't pick the team, he should quit right away, because it's his head on the block. He's the manager. Yeah. So there's no discussion. Ten Hag picks the team. I can't believe anything else. And if there's anything else, he doesn't deserve anything, because he's spineless if he stays in the job and doesn't pick the team.
Tom, I'm a man of logic, and I cannot get this logic in my head. You know, the selection today, the minute what the hell. If you go to St. James's Park, you see their midfield. Why the hell would you pick that midfield? I mean, you're throwing in a kid that's 18 years of age that had a knee injury. You know, this is his second appearance in the Premier League, right? And then you play Scott McTominay, that you know that's not going to do anything, right, in defense.
Yeah.
And then a Bruno Fernandes is trying to create. And on top of that, you have an out-of-form Marcus Rashford that you're shoehorning into the right. While you have Police Street that's in form. You also saw Anthony Dos Santos in form. Garnacho, it's any given Sunday. But here's the surprise. Martial instead of Rasmus Hojlund, which is a target man and a link-up play as well. Tell me the logic and make it make sense to me. I mean, I didn't get it. And I still don't get it.
I still,
So that
I don't get it either, guys. I really don't. The midfield. I mean, look, they played an
midfield,
18-year-old.
midfield.
Yeah, they played an 18-year-old. We can play one.
Mm.
That it evens it out. If you play Kobbie and they play that Miley, it's fine. That's fair enough. It matches up against each other. But you have Joe Linton and Bruno Guimaraes, who, in those two cases, Joe Linton will bully anybody, any one of the United players. Maguire wouldn't stand a chance physically against him. He wouldn't. And Maguire's a big lad, but he would get barged over. And I'll absolutely attest to that easily. And if you're going to stick him on Kobbie, on an 18-year-old Kobbie Mainoo who's never played at this level competitively, and you put him in that environment, starting from minute one, he's going to get run over the bloody top of. And that's what we saw.
That's
And
what
we saw when he was running back to the goal, he looked slow, he looked lethargic running back to the goal, but he's an 18-year-old kid. He doesn't know how to track runners yet. Not at this level of football. You don't know how to track runners. And what I'm talking about in terms of that is, from a tactical point of view, the kid's educated with the ball at his feet because that's where he thrives. But out of possession, he needs somebody next to him. And like you guys were saying, I went on that show for the preview where you were saying about the double pivot, but I would have agreed with you, absolutely. You can't chuck a kid in going away to St James's Park, Liverpool, Etihad, anywhere, on his own. You don't see it happen.
Yeah.
Newcastle didn't go to Paris with that Miley in their chuffing CDM role on his own, did they? No. They went over there with big lumping lads, Joe Linton, Guimaraes, and they said, listen, lads, if anything happens to this kid, you kick out at him, you barge him, you bully him, protect him, because he's a special player. And at the end of the day, we don't have this sort of mindset and thinking. But at the end of the day, you have an 18-year-old kid in midfield from the academy, from the academy. You have a 19, 20-year-old kid in Garnacho, your left winger.
Yep.
Your best attacker out of two more far superior experienced players in the Premier League than him, two of which haven't even hit 100 Premier League goals yet. That's shocking in 9 years at Man United, nearly. Shocking. Not hitting 100 Premier League goals. Martial, Rashford, useless, the pair of them. Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Get the pair of them out. Honestly, get them out. I don't care. I don't care who we replace them with. I really don't care. But the one thing, guys, and I will say it for it as it is now, this manager is spineless. And he's spineless because
he's shown that
as soon as you go to Chelsea, you will see the exact same team. Barring maybe you might see one or two of them might go in there. He might not play both Dillo and Wan-Bissaka. He might not pick Kobbie in that game. But he might not play Garnacho. He might put Anthony back on the right and Rashford back out there. But I guarantee both Rashford and McTominay will start that game. And if they don't, I will be surprised.
That is the problem for me. That is the root cause. These two players, he's making us play with 9. And the only changes that he does is the like for like. Instead of that midfield that was playing in Galatasaray, the only change was he swapped Amrabat. He was chasing the whole summer for Kobbie Mainoo and still kept bloody Scott McTominay. That is not really a midfielder. He's more of an attacking number 10 or whatever he is, 9.5. I don't know. That's the thing.
McTominay's Fergie's fucking red boy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So seriously, like the defense today was probably our best weapon today. I mean, in terms of Maguire, I really put my hands up to say he was the man of the match, but the rest was just calamity, to be honest. And we were screaming here, you know, in the second half to say, look, if he doesn't make changes, and I said that in a pre-match as well, to say if he starts Bruno, if he starts Rashford on the right, then I know there's something fishy in his contract because he doesn't deserve to start. Just to shoehorn him.
No.
But guys, this is the thing I'm saying though is with the running that we've got, Chelsea, we know with the way that they played in the Newcastle game, especially, that they're going to have to either perform either tomorrow, or they're going to have to perform in a big game at Manchester United. They got embarrassed against us last season at Old Trafford, embarrassed 4-1. So they're going to want to put that wrong right. There's one game that Manchester United are going to have to be up for it against. Listen, like I was saying before about the Bayern Munich game, you have to win and you have to hope elsewhere helps you out. Do I see us beating Bayern? Bayern can play their weakened team. They'll run rings around us, guys. They really will. They really will. We're that clueless, especially in midfield. We are that clueless and so easy to play through. It's ridiculous.
God knows what's coming.
Luton
There's
all
a
season have
7-0
never played
just round the corner.
Yeah. Luton come to Old Trafford and played for 90 minutes better football than they've played the whole entire season. How disgraceful is that? And they don't even deserve to be in this league with the quality that they have in their team. Let's be honest, they don't, and they'll probably go back down. But they run rings around Manchester United. It's shocking. And at the end of the day, with Newcastle come to Old Trafford a couple of weeks back, pinged us around for fun in our own backyard, 3-0. Rinse and repeat just at Newcastle. The only difference is they don't have their best players to finish the job tonight.
Here's my point. That's my point when I started my rant, when I opened the stream. Where is the freaking intensity? These guys are playing on bare bones. They have injuries. They play the same team week in and week out for 3 games in a row without any rotation. And they still manage to play us out of the park. And then you have like prima donnas game pay 350, 250 a week, 200 a week. This is
what I'm saying, Nick.
And there was one instance when Joe Linton put Marcus Rashford on the left byline side. He put him on the ass. Marcus Rashford just got away, watched him, just stood there, didn't even track back, just watched him run towards goal.
Honestly, Mick, though, any sort of transfer guru or committee that comes into Manchester United, if they come in the next couple of weeks before that Liverpool game and they still see this same sort of saga with the not just with the manager, with the players, they'll look at this and think we need a big reset. And from a big reset, I mean, they'll boot the manager out and slowly but surely they'll decrease the average age of the playing squad so that you have a younger squad than you have right now. And all of your aging players that you have in this team won't exist at this club anymore. Or they'll be fizzled out to the point where they'll just be mediocre players. So you will have a situation where at one point in time, you might have Paul Mitchell coming to Manchester United, but as soon as he looks at this brand of football and says, this isn't in line with what I think or what I like, and he goes to the Ineos hierarchy and says, oh, by the way, I don't think Ten Hag's the guy, they'll get rid of him on the spot. They won't think about it. They will get rid of the guy. And
you know what, guys?
So,
you know what? Sorry, guys. I'll just say this. I watched Nottingham Forest and Everton before Man United, and James Garner got man of the match. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Yeah. We sold the guy for 15 million quid.
There's no motivation with this team. That's my issue. It's just as if there's not a motive to actually play this season. Because from when we kicked the first ball of the season, I don't see what we're working towards, guys. Every season, every club sets goals, especially if you talk about on the field. Our goal for this season. Listen, if we would have won a cup, it might have been a long shot because we won one last season and we played 4 competitions. That's fair enough. I can accept if we don't win something this season. But we need to see improvement in the style of play and we still need to retain top 4. We ain't doing either of them at this moment in time, guys. We're really not. No. And when you have a competitive... This Premier League this season is the most competitive it is for all European spots. Forget the Champions League for a minute. Clubs are busting a gut just to try and go to the Conference League. Brighton, Aston Villa, West Ham. Even if you want to push it, Newcastle, they don't care where they finish. They just want to play in Europe. Manchester United, if we don't play in the Champions League, it's a travesty. But at the end of the day, with how we're playing, guys, and I'll say it for what it is, the guy right now, this is my opinion. Listen, I can't go out there and name a manager in world football that'll take the job straight away. Absolutely not. But what I would do is if you're going to bring in an interim, I would wait for the right manager. Not just any manager, the right one. I don't care if it's anybody from Carlo Ancelotti's experience or if it's from somebody that we've never even heard of in terms of they're just a good coach, but they've never won anything. Like what Ten Hag was. He was a good coach from the Netherlands, but he never won anything established of an elite level. He didn't win a Scudetto. He didn't win a La Liga. He won a couple of Eredivisie and retained a couple of Dutch Cups. That's his credentials. And he should have gone to a Champions League final. But he never won a big boy trophy. But he'd never been at one of those clubs. He's at one of those clubs now. Yeah, he's won a trophy, fair enough. But I won't sit out there and say that there's a manager that I would say go and aim for 100% and say I'm dead on sure about that. Because I thought I was sure on this guy. But I wanted him to come into this football club and play the way that Ajax played. That's what I was sold.
That's me too.
And he's not tried to implement that since the Brentford game when we lost 4-0. And he's already said he's never going to. Now, for me, that crushes my belief in this guy because I'm thinking, if you're not going to play what you're known for, what
is your style of play then? Because that's your identity.
This is what I'm saying. That's his identity, but he's changed it because he's come to this club. And we can say it might be he's got somebody in his ear or whatever. If we want to say about that. At the end of the day, you come to United. If that's what you know, do what you know. Don't try and be something that you're not, Erik Ten Hag, because you're going to get found out, and you're getting found out exactly now. And this is why I'm saying,
found out now, yeah.
If he keeps going on this road and he doesn't start something, forget the Ajax way.
He's done, Tom.
Play something. If he doesn't try it now, he's gone by Liverpool, because Liverpool will pull our pants down and they will embarrass us. Performance-wise, work ethic, scoreline, goals, the lot. They will embarrass us. And on that day will be the day that he will go, because it will make sense that United lose to Liverpool, your biggest arch rivals. What do? You sack the Manchester United manager. We did it with Mourinho. We will do the exact same with Erik Ten Hag. Yeah. And we will get an interim in. I couldn't care about that because I don't see us competing anyway. Top four, nothing. So that's not going to change with or without Erik Ten Hag as the manager. That's what I'm saying. So if you get an interim, that's fine. But get the right guy in. Don't just get anybody. I want one name. I don't want Pochettino. I don't want this Pochettino Ten Hag where we're debating. Go and get one person and one person only. And if we wait until the Mitchells and all these guys, Ratcliffe's come in to make that decision on who you go and get, that's fine.
I say
make the right one? Go on, Mick. Go on, sorry.
I'm Erik Ten Hag doubt today because I was thinking to myself, if you're starting Rashford on the right, if you're shoehorning, then I know that something is fishy. And I agree with you. I wanted him and I back him and I saw what he did with Ajax and I got excited. But as you said, if you're changing your self-identity, if you're in a midlife crisis, all of a sudden you're going to change who you are. That's not who you are, Eric. Play your best football, start the best players. And I'm tired of watching this lineup because how many times are we sitting here doing match previews and picking what we think he's going to pick, and we never get it right because he always jinx it in a way, right? So I'm tired of us playing away, and there's a reason why we don't win away, because I don't know, he has a weird thing that he picks the weakest team in the first half, and then he waits the 65, 70 minutes to actually make the changes. So we ended up today, if you look at it, 85 minutes, we actually we had 75% possession, right? Only now, then we started to play, and it's a little bit too late. I want the manager to be more reactionary, proactive, than just wait for it, right? And this reminded me a little bit of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He was the same, he didn't make subs until the 80, 85, started wrong. Yeah, manager gets it wrong. But in this instant, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. And there is no style of play as I can see. At least last season, we saw a little bit of a style of play, but then we fell off the cliff at the end in May.
You know what, Mick? In England, it's called fucking bottle. True. That's what it's called. It's called bottle. Erik Ten Hag has no bottle. That's it.
Anyway,
when you face up to someone, you want to make a fist of it. You go, come on, then. Let's go. This guy's got no bottle. That's it.
Neil Driscoll big up, tired of watching crap every game. It's been one of those seasons. But I still feel positive. I still feel a little bit of that, what we saw against Galatasaray. We were playing advanced football.
Okay, then, Mick Jarvis, Tom, tell me now. Under Erik Ten Hag's tenure, what style of play did we play? Forget about adaptive styles of play, or a generic style of play. What style of play did we play? Because I'm scratching this to find it.
Oh, we lost Peter. I have Football Power Hour here in the background as well.
Tom's gone.
Tom's gone. Are you there? Poppy, are you there?
I'm trying to drown my sorrows right now.
You're doing a Scott McTominay. You're hiding. Are you playing hide and peekaboo?
It is crazy. I'm not happy with what we saw today, and I'm just wondering when are the days that when we're gonna actually be able to challenge top teams, top 6 teams. You know, so much for all this talk that we're the best informed team in the league. All that now doesn't matter. You know, we need to see some improvements, and we need them very fast because
Fast.
Liverpool is around the corner, and this whole thing looks like Ten Hag might not even be here by Christmas if we keep going like this.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, when I was on your Telegram early in the season, Mick, and I left it because I was getting shit from certain people, but I won't say the name. I was the one saying it'd be gone by Christmas. Eric Ten Hag. Remember that?
Yeah, big up James.
And that was in August.
Yeah, I hear you. Big up James for coming in here saying a real fan goes through good and bad, whatever. That's it, mate. That's what it is. You know, we love this club. We love a team. I want Ten Hag to be successful. I want the team to be successful. But when you're not giving the right players the opportunity to play,
What was
and
that?
when you're not
A
wanna
real
play
fan
your-
go through good and bad, whatever. Don't spend fucking four fucking grand a season like I do watching Man United and come back and tell me that then. Get the fuck out of it.
Everyone has the entitled for the opinion. Big up, Mark. Listen, guys, I'm sorry. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go. I'm running out of gas. And for me, if I may say so, I do apologize for the wordings that came out of our mouths today, but it's just passion. It's disappointment. At the end of the day, guys, Harry Maguire for me was the man of the match.
Yeah, it's been a disgrace today. Disgraceful.
The match was Eddie out.
I love you guys. I gotta go. Big up for
Big up,
everyone that
mate.
stayed up late to 6
Cheers,
a.m. in the
mate.
morning.
Cheers,
Peter,
mate.
love you, leave you. Mark, love you, leave you. Power hour. Big up for doing the watch along, guys. I'm out of here. I'm running out of juice. Good night.
Go
Big up.
sleep, Mick. It'll be a better day tomorrow.
Oh, Dumala.
Don't know, guys.
So,
Don't know.
Before we move on, I just want to show you a thing, because while you guys have been talking, I've been trying to analyze the game. I'm using Opta to figure out what went wrong, and I think I have found one of the reasons, and it doesn't surprise me.
I have three.
It's one of the things that comes. This is the player stats. Now I have chosen only Bruno Fernandes, and let's just go through it. This is his unsuccessful passes during the game. As you can see, there's a lot of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unsuccessful passes.
Yeah.
And if you add unsuccessful,
Sorry, Jarvis. It's called hand grenade mode.
Yeah. And this is unsuccessful set play crosses. You can add 2 more. Tackles lost. Okay, he had 1 tackle lost. Unsuccessful dribbles, 3 more. And fouls lost, 2 more. So this is actually Bruno Fernandes today, and you can see there's a lot of number 8s on this field. So he was very involved in our bad play, and he lost the ball all over the place, lost the duels, misplaced passes.
Bro, you had 2 duels on plays. Like, why are you focusing on Bruno being bad, Jarvis? Like, it just seems like there are so many other players on the field that was worse than Bruno.
Can you let me finish, please, before you come in? And now, because I'm analyzing, I'm sharing what I'm analyzing, and just to show, this is Scott McTominay with all the same attributes. It's misplaced passes, tackles lost, fouls lost. So, as you see, he's not even involved in the game. If you look at the kobbie mainoo, it's the same. So actually, what I see here, I'm not trying to dig out Bruno. He tries to commit, tries to do something, but you know, for me, I think he's wasteful, and he's like as Peter mentioned, he's like kind of a hand grenade. He's not stable enough, and this is part of our problem. We lose the ball way too much, and it always end up in a fight. You know, we have to fight against Bruno Guimaraes. We have to fight against what's his name in midfield, the Brazilian guy. So this is one of the biggest problems. Yeah, Joelinton. So this is what, as I see it, one of the biggest problems, especially when we play away, because we don't play with the same energy in the duels and stuff like that. So if Bruno is too wasteful, he's basically puncturing out the other guys because they run all over the place. They try to receive passes, they try to be involved, but we always lose the ball. So yeah, this is just my thoughts. You were saying something, Mark.
I was saying that, you know, like, for me, basically, the majority of the reason why you would see Bruno making missed passes and losing the ball and things, because he had to be covering for Martial, Marcus Rashford, and Scott McTominay while being one person and leading and trying to get them to be focused and get in the game, because they offered nothing. Marcus Rashford lost the ball many times, didn't track back, no effort. When he lose the ball, he stop and frustrate and throw up his arms in frustration and walk, not even looking at the play happening behind him, no reaction. McTominay lose the ball, he not tracking back, not even looking for the passes to receive passes. You know, they're watching the ball just a little bit in front of where they could reach it, not even trying to get there. They're watching the ball go and being received by Newcastle players without even trying to pressure them. You know,
but you see, Mark, on the stats, you see Bruno Fernandes here, and the light blues, Bruno Guimaraes. You see,
but
he also loses the ball with unsuccessful
because
passes.
he has players. He has
it's
players
much higher
who
on the
working
pitch.
hard around him. Bruno Fernandes has shit around him that not working hard. They can't even read a football game. Marcus Rashford don't even know where to run into space to find an open ball. He's standing up in the midst of three players and expecting to get the ball there. When you put the ball in place, he don't even know how to make the run to get to the ball. You know what I mean? So what we doing here? Bruno Guimaraes around 5 players that running their socks off every game, no matter what. If he put the ball wide or overhit, they're running it down like a rabid dog. We don't have that at United. Bruno don't have those players around them. The only player around them that trying to get on the ball, trying to show himself open, you know, was Kobbie Mainoo. If not Kobbie Mainoo, it was Garnacho. Where was Rashford the entire game? You know, where was Scotty McTominay? Scotty McTominay have no missed passes, because he's out of the game, hiding behind players.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest problems.
So you know, Bruno gets all the flack because why? He have to try hard to make up for those players and defend. You have to try hard to make up creative plays. You have to try hard to carry the ball. You have to try hard to score goals. Bruno had to do everything in our midfield because we have shit around him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of seeing that, because at the end of the day, it's looking like it's making all the other players look shit on the field. You can't start a game with 8 players, and that's basically what we do today. Scott McTominay, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, they were non-existent for the first half. Where were they? The entire team was under pressure because of those 3 players being out of the game. There's nothing the coach could do. You know what I said? Ask Alien, I was saying, sub the 3 of them on the half. All 3 of them come off instantly. We have 6 substitutes. So it has to be, you know, we could sit here and say Eric Ten Hag is the worst because he should have started playing his style of football since last season. But you cannot implement the Ajax way with the shit that we have on the field. They don't have the intelligence to play that football, Jarvis.
Yeah, especially when we're up against a quality opposition. You can see we tried a little bit better against Fulham, Sheffield United, and other teams. But when we are up against Newcastle, you know,
the problem is, Mark. Sorry, Jarvis. The problem is, Mark. Yeah, have you ever considered that the Ajax way doesn't work in the Premiership.
No, well, I would not leave that out of the question. You know what I mean, Alien? Because at the end of the day, you know, systems could work and systems might not work. But let me just be real and say that, you know, like honestly, as a fan, I wanted Eric Ten Hag to implement the Ajax way. But I also know in my heart, if he had to implement the Ajax way, we need 15 to 20 players. We didn't have none in the academy, really, to be fair. Let me be honest, our academy is rubbish, right?
I mean,
we have few, we have minute, we have future players. So, like, in my opinion, blaming Ten Hag, saying he's supposed to get the best out of what's left after he started a season with 16 players injured, had to play 11 games before he started getting players back from injury. And then people will say, what about Newcastle? They have players injured just last 2 games, they get players injured, you know. Same with
this is true, Mark. Yeah, I get you, bro.
I'm not giving him the excuse, you know, because at the end of the day, he take up the biggest club in England, and he had to fight it. He had to stand up. He had to stand up regardless. He had to face it. So, in my opinion, as a fan,
this doesn't excuse Eric Ten Hag playing players out of form.
Not at all. Not at all.
Martial,
no excuse that.
Rashford, Max McTominay scored a couple of goals, but these guys are out of form. That doesn't excuse that. You can't excuse that. Okay, so it's like we were saying before, is Eric Ten Hag under pressure to play the poster boys? If, like Javid said earlier, if he is under that kind of pressure, then Eric Ten Hag should go, you know what, I'll be done with it. Goodbye, I'm gone. I'm done.
Maybe he should, Alien. Like,
because these players aren't working. They're not working. Marcus Rashford has done nothing all season. Absolutely nothing all season. He's not contributed in anything. There's no other Premiership manager, Mark Wright, will play Marcus Rashford. No one would.
No one.
No one would play him.
Alien, bro, your guess is as good as mine, bro. I could imagine how you just feel, bro, because like I you know, people would say as an E fan, bro, I know you go to all the games, whether it's away, whether it's at home, you're under coach. I wish I could do those things, bro, to be fair, but I'm not living in London to do those things, and it must hurt even more, bro, when you make those long journeys up there to the games and stuff like that, and then watch that dross. You know what I mean?
You know what, Mark, it's not even that. Forget about me going to games. You know what I mean? We're all Man United fans. We watch Man United from where we watch Man United. You know what I'm saying? The point 100%. Is we want Man United to have a fighting chance in winning a game. Today, we never had a fighting chance in this game to win 100%.
It. We never laid a glove. We never.
No. And that's the infuriating thing is, if Eric Ten Hag has been pressured to play players that he doesn't really want to play, i.e. the poster boys, you know, Marcus Rashford and all that, then he should put his hand up and go, you know what, to the hierarchy, this is the team I'm going to play. If you don't like it, then take me behind the scenes and instantly sack me for not doing it, because I'm not going to be your puppet. But the guy is not even doing that. You can't have it both ways. You can't hedge your bets. You either go one way or the other. And Eric Ten Hag is not doing anything at the moment. He's trying to juggle both. Life don't work this way. You go one way or the other, that's it. And you be done with it.
100. I agree.
He played the team. Eric Ten Hag played the team today that got us beat. And that's on him.
To be fair, bro, like, I'll be honest with you, Alien, like, I telling you, I'm totally disappointed. I had real grievances with that starting lineup. I did not want to see Rashford, you know, and I did not want to, I don't mind Martial starting, but you can't start somebody out of form and with a weak mentality and a lacking work rate like Marcus Rashford with Martial, especially when you're playing a team with a high work rate. You know what I mean? Newcastle is like one of those teams that work hard. You need players who could work hard and who have the mentality to work hard, like Anthony Anthony instantly made an impact. He hasn't been doing well. The last 2 games, he coming on and giving us solid impact. The basics. Marcus Rashford, I don't know if you forget the basics or what, but go back to basics, bro. You know what I mean?
Nah.
It's disappointing. It's embarrassing the way this display for some players.
I mean, you know what, Mike Pappy, Jarvis, yeah, look at it from this viewpoint. Let's put ourselves in the role of a football manager now. Yeah, you had a goal scorer, Marcus Rashford, scored 30 goals last season, done nothing this season. Yeah, you know, in a big game. Would you play him? I've seen Pep Guardiola play teams with no strikers and win games.
Yeah, but that's Pep.
And you know, the last time we went to the last time we had a system that was similar to that was when we were playing in preseason Jadon Sancho as a false 9, and it was like, oh, maybe we're practicing something, playing without a forward. But what happened to all those lessons? Like, what were we trying in preseason that, you know, we don't even do any of that in the actual season? Well, you know,
exactly.
Sure, the personnel change. Sure, we got Rasmus Hojlund. Sure, we, you know, but at the same time, it's like I'm not seeing the things translate onto the pitch. And that's why, for me, I'm getting more tired of seeing Manchester United on the pitch when they should probably be more on the training ground and practicing more. You know?
Yeah.
You know what, Pappy? Yeah. Right, listen, I'm going to ask you to see this question, Pappy, Mark and Jarvis, and the chat. Yeah. If you're Kobbie Mainoo now, you're an up-and-coming promising talent. Yeah. Would you stay at Manchester United? Or first chance you get, would you leave this club?
Mark, I'll answer this question with this question, right? You know who Francesco Totti is?
Yeah.
All right. And that's my answer to the question. Because in my honest opinion, going to the best team right now is not always the best move for a young player. Because let me put it like this, right? Kobbie Mainoo could go to Manchester City and end up just like what's this guy named Phil Foden? He's a glorified rotational substitute. Everybody is wax lyrical about Phil Foden. He's never going to be a permanent starter in Manchester City ever in his career. He's just going to be a rotational substitute. And if that's what you, if that's what a young player wants,
cool. But I'll say a name to you now, Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, 100%.
He could have joined Man United from Birmingham. He went to Borussia Dortmund, and now, in my eyes, anyway, he's the best player in the world at this moment in time. And 100%. I think if he'd gone to Man United, he wouldn't be that player. No. He wouldn't be that player. This is what I'm saying about Kobbie Mainoo. Listen, man, you need to get out this club for your career.
Maybe not, because like, look at it like this, right? It could be all doom and gloom for now, but in 3 months' time, you never know what could happen. And this is the thing why I will always keep saying, like, sometimes it's be bad, but to get better, it don't always get better by getting better and better. Sometimes it get worse before it could get better. So for my honest opinion as a fan, you know, all the results might not be great. Some results might be good, some results might be better, some results might be worse. The most important thing is to remember that, you know, we're a team in a rebuild. We need new players to come into this team to fulfill the roles, the basics, to get the basics right, to bring the intensity into the team. We can't only just blame the manager, because if we're saying that, then if it is you had to make do when you chefing in the kitchen with some ingredients that are like the actual ingredients you need every single time, eventually the standard of that kitchen gonna drop. The quality of the meals will eventually become poor. So it's like, we can't always say to Eric Ten Hag, he had to get the best of what he have. You know, he should be getting the best players to get the best out of the best players. And Kobbie Mainoo is one of a few young players that go and come into this squad.
Eric Ten Hag has a duty, though.
See that we had a lot of youth.
Eric Ten Hag has a duty as a manager when he plays these young players, when he actually bloods them in the first team, to give them the best chance they can to flourish. Like I think everyone here will say now, tonight, we should have played kobbie mainoo with Amrabat, and Scott McTominay should have been benched. Scott McTominay did not help mainoo in that game. Yeah,
true.
That's on Eric Ten Hag. Now he's all of a sudden throwing a potential young player under the bus because he's playing him with two players in midfield, Bruno and Scott McTominay. That won't help him as a player.
Bruno helping him.
They won't help him. So you expect an
gotta
18-year-old who's got barely first-team experience to go away to a well-oiled machine like Newcastle and go on, son, hold your own against them. In fact, kobbie mainoo did today for me. He did play well.
He played
with
well.
what chance he had with the players around him. But you can't be doing this to these young players. You're going to destroy them doing this.
Listen,
look at Eddie Howe with Anthony Gordon. He doesn't recklessly beat the crap out of him playing him.
Yeah, but look at Lewis Miley. Lewis Miley play every game for the last couple of games for Newcastle. Nobody's saying that about Lewis Miley. Now Newcastle get the result tonight, right? I'm being honest with you. Newcastle get the result tonight, right? It could have easily be a 1-1 at the end of this game. It could have easily. United played terribly, right?
Here's the fact: Anthony Gordon scored tonight. Yeah, he's the first player to score in 4 consecutive games at St James's Park since Alan Shearer.
Yeah, well,
think about that.
Like this. Look at it like this, right? Garnacho almost became one of the players to score in 4 consecutive games for United today. I mean, this is just my honest opinion.
Mark, I just want to say one thing. I gotta drop off now, so thanks for the debate, guys, and see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Jarvis.
I think we're all calling it a night anyway. Brilliant conversation, guys. Love you all.
100%. Tenno, it's always
we're the best,
my bro.
You know what? We're the best.
Giving it your all since, you know what I mean, and tough ask tonight by the guys.
Man United forever, lads.
We win together, we lose together. Exactly, Peter. There we go. Exactly.
There we go, Peter. 100%.
Exactly.
We'll never die. We'll never die.
Exactly.
We'll never die. Managers come, managers go. Well, guess what the constant is? Us. We're always here.
Exactly, Peter. Yeah.
Papi,
we're always here, lads.
Give me a last bit to close off the show. We're going to let you do the closing.
It's exactly on Peter's words that we win together, we lose together. Like, you know, we got to stick through with this team and support the manager. I'm on looking at the long-term picture and not letting today's result determine how you see the rest of the season. Because guess what? We're only on match day 14 and there's 38 games in a whole season. So we have to just take it step by step and know that it will get better. Hopefully we can start playing some real football soon. Big up to you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Come on, Eric Ten Hag, bench Rashford!
And we are out, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. You know, don't forget to leave your comments in the non-live section. Hit the like. Smash those subscribe buttons if you're new, guys. It helps the channel get around. And, you know, it's your boy, Mark and MUFC, closing the show for Mick Ruby, Jarvis Cocker, Football Power, Botswana Papi, and Alien Tenno. Guys, everyone, thank you for joining us. I hope you all have a good night. I know it's not going to be a great weekend after United losing 1-0. Terrible the performance by the team, but let's hope it could get better. You know, some people say Eric Ten Hag out. Some people might hope Eric Ten Hag could turn things around. You know, all in all, it's a poor performance from the team, and we hope to see better, more intensity, better defensive ability, and better attacking capabilities from this team. Good night, guys. Everyone, later.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.